Welcome to our third installment here, or part three of creating slides in our digital textbook. This tutorial will take a look at creating visuals to go along with our concepts in our digital textbook. Now, to kind of recap the steps we've taken so far is that we have created an I can slide for our digital textbooks concept. And then we've also created a lingo slide with our vocabulary and their definitions. The final thing that we want to include when we are keeping track of our understanding and our learning of our ed tech concepts are some visual pieces that we can use to help us learn the concept better. So in this case, the example is pretty simple. We are going to use two images to kind of help us understand where we will keep track of our digital textbooks. I can see right now I have a spelling error here. Let's go there. There we go. Anyway, so what I've done today for the visuals here is I've shared the visuals you'll use with you in Google Classroom. Now, a lot of times you're going to create your own visuals, and we'll talk about that later down the line. But to get started here, I'm going to share them with you. Okay? So if we go into Google Classroom here, I have it up already. These are the two visuals that I shared with you. Let's take a moment to see how do we get these images from our Google Classroom account onto our computer. So what I'm going to do is just simply click on the first image here. Okay, and it will show me a preview of it. To save it, I'm going to go ahead and click where it says download up here. The download icon is towards the top. And that will allow me to download this image. If you're using Google Chrome right now, you'll see at the bottom that the image appears down there. The name of the image is Google Drive.png. Okay, so I've downloaded it there. Now, if you're using Firefox or Safari, it'll look a little different. Okay, not really worried about them being down here right now. Okay, we'll show you where these are saved here in a moment. I'm going to go ahead and close that one now because I've downloaded it. And let me go back to the other image. We'll click on that. And this image is much smaller, but we want to use this one as well. So I'm going to click the download button here, and it will allow me to download it. Notice it's down here. Now, where we want to go actually to find these images is on our computer, because they're saved on our computer. Now, if you're using your Chromebook, they'll be in a little different spot, and I can show you that if you need help, or maybe I'll make a tutorial a little bit later on. On our classroom computers here, we're going to go over to that Macintosh HD icon that we talked about in class before. I'm just going to go ahead and click to open that up. And then what I want to go to is downloads. It should be listed here along the side. Okay. If it's not, you may have to go into users and then go to you, and there should be a downloads folder in here. Okay. If you're having trouble finding it, let me know. But we're going to go to the downloads folder here now, and we see here that we have two images. They should be listed at the top. Now, if they're not listed at the top, you may want to go up here and sort by date modified. And that'll put the most recent downloads at the top. And these should be your most recent downloads. So I'm going to move this over a little bit now, and I'm going to go back to my slide. And we're putting these on the I can slide. Okay. Now, what I should be able to do here is I should be able to just simply take these over, drag them, and drop them onto the screen. Notice this one's fairly small. I can make it bigger by expanding it, but I don't need to make it much bigger. And then I'll go to the other image, the Google Drive image. I'll drag and drop that. Okay, that one's quite a bit bigger, so I'm going to go ahead and make it smaller, like so. Okay, and these are the images that we're going to use. Now I'm going to show you a little bit, another tip here, just to kind of go with this. Let's say we wanted to draw some things on here. It's fairly easy to do. Let's say I wanted to draw a shape like a circle here, and just simply highlight our little Google Slides icon here that's part of the Google Drive. So I can make a shape, and I can make it whatever shape I want. I can mess around with this a little bit. I need to do some things so I can use it. I want to make it transparent in the middle there, the fill transparent, so I can see it better. I'm going to change the line color to something that will stand out, probably an orange, and I can make it a lot thicker up here using these controls. Now, if you don't want to do this today, that's okay. We're going to use these controls a little bit later on, no doubt. But I'm going to go ahead and circle that because Google Slides is part of Google Drive. Just kind of making a connection there. I can also draw a line to it if I want to, from here to here. Okay. And again, I can format that line however I want. If I put an arrowhead at the beginning, when I can change its thickness. Okay. I can change its color to match the color of this. Now it's getting pretty big there. The arrowhead's pretty big. I can move things around. Okay. So we're making the connection here that we're going to use Google Slides to keep track of our digital textbook. Okay. A visual helps us understand that. And that's the idea behind a visual. Okay. The visual helps us understand it. Now you can write notes down here if you want. If you want to put in a new text box and just say, type out that we will use Google Slides to create our digital textbook in EdTech class. Put it down there, and of course I want to change my color here, don't I? Because a little hard to see. So I'll go to my color palette here and change that to white. Anyway, you can do those things. So when I show you something in class, it's kind of the minimum for the visual. You can add more if you want to. This is your textbook, remember. Okay? I help you with some of the things that you need to put in there, but ultimately it is yours to use. So if you want to include more, feel free to do so. But that's a basic breakdown of simply putting some images or other things that you create in as visuals to help you remember your concept and your ICANNs and lingos that go along with that concept.